Good morning. So, I had a dream this morning, early this morning, that had me in tears. I woke up, I was in tears. And it was very strange dream. I was being driven. I was in a car. Somebody was driving, I don't know who they were, but I know my son was in the back and we were driving. Then all of a sudden we saw this van. I don't remember the color, and it stopped us. And it said, please, we need your help. We have two children in the back, and they don't have parents. And they had come across the border with their dog. And there was another guy there, but he didn't look, he looked kind of suspicious. So the guy, the one who asked for help, he was in uniform. He had a green uniform on, and he looked Hispanic, and he looked desperate. He said, please, please, we are overwhelmed, and these poor children. So I saw the children, and the most saddest face I could ever see. And I said, okay, sure, no problem, I'll take him. And then the guy that was there, he was dressed in black. He said, well, you have to take the dog too. And I'm like, I was looking at the dog. It looked like a bulldog, but it was showing his teeth. He looked very aggressive. And I said, that dog looks aggressive, and I'm not taking him. So the guy chirped in and he said, well, I saw on your Facebook post that you train dogs. And I said, no. I trained one Rhodesian dog, and I did it for this animal shelter that I volunteer in New York. And that was it, And that dog had a muscle when I trained him. This one doesn't have a muscle. I'm not taking him because I have my animals on my own. So you have to keep him. So the guy said that he saw my Facebook post, he saw all my pictures, and he saw the picture of Bamboo, which is a Rhodesian that I had told to train, and it was hard to train that dog because I had to pounce on him. I remember that's what the trainer had told me. This was an organization called Jones Animal Rescue, and it was a guy that I knew in my neighborhood, and I rescued that dog from kill shelter, but he was aggressive. So I don't know. I know I woke up really quick, and I was in tears. I was crying up a storm, crying. I don't know why. But it's so strange because yesterday I had a good day. And I didn't have much pain because I had fibromyalgia. So I was like, oh well, let me go out for a walk. I even took my dog out for a walk, even though, he has heart disease. So I'm trying to get him to do a little exercise. And I had a good day. I remember seeing this sewing machine, and I wanted it, nice purple sewing machine. It's a small sewing machine. It's not that big. And I'm like, God, I don't have much money, but I need it because I need to fix this costume that I got for the church, because we're gonna give out candy. So I said, oh, let me do it because there's a whole bunch of kids here now. So I don't know how many people are coming with the trunk or treat thing. I said, let me go. Even though I don't have a car, I could just give out candy with a costume on. And so I said, okay, I need to fix the costume. It's so tall. My God, it was like 6-footer. Yes, I was like, this is a giant size costume. So I said, okay, I'm going to invest in it. It's an investment. And it was on sale, Hobby Lobby. So I bought it. And sometimes this happens. I don't know if it happened to you guys, but I got a good day, and then comes other things that really shakes me. So it's like, oh God, I just woke up and I cried and cried and cried. And good God, what is this? What is it? I put it at your feet, whatever this issue is, because I don't know. I don't know what it is. I always wanted to do foster care. You know, I'm willing to take children and to teach them about the American ways. Because as a Puerto Rican, America was my safe haven. I found opportunities here. So I never waved around the Puerto Rican flag. My son could tell you, it was always the American flag, because this is the land that I felt that I got blessings from. So I was like, please God, all these children that are coming through, give them a heart for this country, a grateful heart, because right now we got so many that are so freaking ungrateful. It ain't funny. And what I'm seeing right now is something very strange that it reminded me, the Holy Spirit reminded me of this. When I used to do home care, I worked with a lot of seniors that were African American. And they taught me to cook their way, right? I remember they telling me, boil the meat first, right? Boil the meat and take the scum out, or either that or just dump the meat, rinse the meat off, rinse the pot, and then put it back on the stove. But I remember boiling the meat, just like 5-minute boil, will bring up all that scum to the earth, to the top. I was surprised, and after that, I started doing that. Sometimes, not now. I'm too lazy now. I'm not too lazy. I'm just too much in pain. So, but I remember all that stuff coming up to the surface, all that stuff. And they would tell me, oh, to skim it. But I wouldn't skim it. I would just change the whole thing. I was like, ugh. So that's what's happening right now. The pot is boiling. The heat is on. The scummy stuff is coming up to the surface. Now is the time to wash everything away. Clean it really good. Put it back with clean water. Because that's what I was wondering about that. I don't know why I've been wondering so much about all these wonderful people that I took care of, but at the same time, they taught me so much of things that it stayed in my life, So I loved that job. I didn't want to leave that job at all. And so yeah, I think that's what's going on now. And I do believe it has to do with the prayers of the churches. So a lot of churches are stepping up, right? A lot of them. I see it on YouTube. Pretty good churches, pretty good spirit-filled churches that know how to do warfare, because you have to know how to do warfare. Right now, let me tell you, the spiritual world is in turmoil. It's like, oh crap, what is this going on? It's like a battle all over the place. It's a battlefield. And it's coming into the natural. And we have to learn the art of war, We have to know, because in learning about the art of war, you could get things to do in the natural, right? So I've been taught these things. So I hope God also brings revelation to people that are just in their homes praying, in their closets, because that's the people that also God uses, people that are very humble people. And so yeah, I don't know, this dream, it just broke my heart. And I'm like, God, how much can our hearts, it's not just my heart, our hearts can tolerate with all these things going on, So hopefully, I don't know, just trying to figure out what is going on with the children. A lot of unaccompanied children. I don't know. I'm just praying, crying out to God. I was crying this morning. I couldn't stop crying. But I thank God I got my sewing machine and I just started sewing away. Because mentally it just gets to you sometimes. Sorry, I have a cold. I'm looking at my little goat head. I have a little tree that looks like a goat head. Can I don't know. I can't. I don't think I could turn it around. But I have a video that I did it that I really love that goat head tree. It's just crazy. So, God bless you guys.